Was sick for about 2 months. I got a letter from the school saying there was an RSV outbreak at the school. 2 days later, my granddaughter got sick, and then we just all kept getting sick over and over. It was beating me up pretty bad because I couldn't get away from my pain from all the coughing. So, Fab Daddy, good morning. So I don't know. I ain't been doing much. I ain't done any audits in forever. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably not gonna. I just don't have the money to fucking go out and about anymore, and I'm hurting. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just gonna hang out with the good people and play music, and been doing this cosmic thing. I kind of dig it. But yeah, I don't know. How about yourself? What have you been up to? Hope you're well. Hope all is well in your world, because yeah. So what happens when we get old, Val? We just fall apart. I'm not immune to it. I'd like to believe that I am, but not so much. I like this. I like this music in the background. So, you ready for summer, Val? You ready for the warm weather? And I'll start my day just right with a little pain relief. I got me the rest of my gummies here. Somebody bought for me. Yeah, the tourists come where I live, out on the Cape, man. This shit gets crazy out here once this school gets out. They're already here, honestly. I'm not really a fan of tourists, but they do make the world go round out here. I don't know what's been going on in the YouTube world. My town goes from 2,500 people to 40,000. So 2,500 in the winter to 40,000 in the summer. I think this year's, they said 43,000. Tiny little town just blowing up. Got a lot of those out here for sure. I noticed they were Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard were in the news yesterday. I think they caught 40 people. That's on an island out in the ocean off of Cape Cod, Nantucket, and I feel bad. Not all of those people are bad people. So that's the sucky part. There are a lot of bads, but people just want to survive. And because of man drawing lines in the sand, people can't come here and try to make a living. They can't do it the legal way because there's a backup 10 miles. I think the backup is 2 years. Yeah, that's what's happening out here. Hyannis, Cape Cod. Been shootings over the last couple weekends. Someone ran over by a car maliciously. Just been a bunch of violent crime, which, these immigrants, they bring in drugs and misery. And the world ain't fucked up enough. We got to make it more fucked up. Reminds me, I wonder what's in the news today. I haven't really looked. I slept late again, but I was up all night. S&P gains as court blocks Trump tariffs. Ha 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 ha. Oh wow, hepatitis case at a restaurant provokes wide alert on Cape Cod. Oh my god, that's nasty. Fucking people are starving to death in Gaza. That's sad. Showing people just fucking begging for food. Oh boy, Trump administration to crack down on Chinese visas. Oh boy. We're gonna end up in a war. Yeah, I feel sorry for the kids too, because they're not a part of this. Yeah, where I live is turning into a little city. But you know, Massachusetts is an immigration state, so they a safe haven state. So they protect the immigrants to some extent. I know big government's been threatening take funding away if you don't cooperate with the man, the fuzz. Is this music too loud? Can you hear me all right? How am I doing? Illinois is too. Gotcha. It's because the whole world is screwed up and America's like one of the few places that's normal. If you can imagine that. Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. I don't know where it's gonna end. Be throwing us Americans out pretty soon. At least us poor ones. Ones like me, they're barely surviving. Looks like rain outside today. Wah, I don't want rain. I don't know. It's kind of scary. Wars everywhere. China trying to revoke all its money. They're going to put us in bankruptcy. They're going to take all our money back. It's true. It's true. We are becoming the minorities. Yeah, I don't know. I think when you ask the AI, it says it would take 50 years before we're a minority. I remember somebody talking about it, and I used the AI. I think it said 50 some odd years. Going to hell in a handbasket. You aren't wrong, Val. You really aren't. Just in our lifetime. Huge changes in life. Place where I lived used to be all fields and very poor. Everybody was drinking and now it's all built up and everybody wanted to get out of the city, so they ran to the country. AI will instinct human race in 20 years. You think so? I'm kind of friendly with the AI myself. I'm kind of, I don't know. I use it to do all my live streams. I search a bunch of information. Copilot runs down the side of the panel. And I ask the AI to do all this shit. That's what Elon said. You know, Bill Gates claims in 10 years AI will run the medical system. Which to me doesn't seem like a terrible thing. I mean, people would say, well, AI does make mistakes, and that's definitely true. If they didn't take it too far. I heard that. I just feel like doctors today are, I don't know. They pay too much money for their health care. Bill Gates is evil. Well, I'm not gonna lie there. You are right. You know, Bill Gates could end fucking hunger in America, but and still have tons of money. Give me all Bill's money right now, I'd end fucking national fucking homelessness. Just fucking buy everybody a house. Give everybody a bunch of shit. Pray that they do good. Instead, everybody just kind of gathers their money and looks the other way. It ain't like the old days when people took care of each other's, you know? Today, man, people are selfish. See it every day out here where I'm at. People cutting you in line and cutting you off in their car, and I get it, you're on vacation, but you gotta ruin everybody else's shit because you're in a hurry. Positive hippie. I am worthy. Gates, Soros, Bezos, all finding radical groups like BLM. They control the world with their money. Yeah, it's kind of sad. We should just take it away from them. Give it to the people. He's not even, well, Bezos. We did that search the other day, the richest man in the world. Let's do it again. I forget who the list was. Richest men in the world. Well, this one's just the United States. Elon Musk is the richest man in the United States. Mark Zuckerberg is second. Jeff Bezos is third. Larry Ellison is fourth. Bill Gates is fifth. And Elon's got $375 billion. Zuckerberg's got $225 billion. Bezos got $224 billion. I mean, these guys, it's sickening. Really, it's sickening. These guys could just donate a quarter of their money each and just change the world. And probably might even make them feel good along the way. Yeah, I think he was, so it was Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. No, he's not in there. I guess we'd have to go below 122 million. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Steve Ballmer, Larry Page, Sergey Brin, and Michael Dell is 10th. Oh, it's funny. They do a write-up on who each person is. It's funny, the write-up on Bezos, it says, that's correct. Jeff Bezos founded Amazon on July 5th, 1994. Initially operating the company from his garage in Washington. Wow. Imagine that shit. That's crazy. There should be no hunger in this world, right? Listen, meanwhile we send tons of money to foreign countries for wars and bullshit. We send money to foreign countries to grow poppies in fucking Afghanistan. $100 million. The fuck? That $100 million that we sent to grow heroin would have fucking fed the hungry people, man. Sad. Are you hungry? I'm pretty hungry myself. What you want to eat, Fab Daddy? Fab Daddy. Oh, what the hell? Fab Daddy. Not so positive today, brother. I mean, I've been going to the food pantry, man. I've been really struggling. So, food pantry food is not the best, but it's better than being hungry. That's for sure. Me go hungry. Bow, bow, bow. That's why I always get so offended with our government. It's so stupid. They're going to cut all this food bank help and stuff because we don't want to help the people. Oh my goodness. I think I might need to eat another gummy to really... Pancake mix, but no syrup. Oh, man. That's the worst. And syrup really isn't syrup. See, I'm from the north, man. Real pancake syrup, oh my God, is nothing like Aunt Jemima. Or actually, they changed the name now to some other fucking name, but that syrup is not real. There's nothing real about most syrups you get from the store. Real fucking pancake syrup, is fucking... We get some a lot, Vermont's Best. That shit, you pour it and it's like you're holding the fucking jar for 10 minutes. And then finally, like, a little bit comes out, Willie, what's up, my ninja? I haven't even dropped a link. I don't know if anybody wants to chill and chat. There's a link. Yeah, I slept until 10. I'm already eating gummies. I'm going to have another one. top our own maple. See what I'm saying? The real maple syrup. Val was insulted when you said that. Another beautiful positive stream with free complimentary appetizers, brutally honest and truthful facts. I got to go to work so I can afford bologna. Oh, bologna, bro. It really has no nutritional value. Like hot dogs. People love hot dogs, but there's like zero nutritional value in eating a hot dog. I'd rather go out and eat grass in my front yard. But I'm sorry you're hungry, brother. I know the feeling. If I had money, I'd send it. Buy you a big breakfast. Dude, they're not good. Bologna's good if you fry it, but it's only for the taste. It's not for the action. Oh, man, I got some meat for you. I mean, wait, are we live? Shit. I get you, brother. Sorry. You know, it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but when I have my neck surgeries, I can't eat for a long time, you know, and I didn't eat meat for a while. I was just eating like salad type stuff I could somehow chew and swallow. And by the time I really was ready to be able to eat meat, I was like fucking, you know, I was ready to stab the neighbor's dog and eat it because I'm so fucking wanting meat. It's crazy how your body craves meat. It's almost like an addiction. Probably put shit in our fucking food these days. Wouldn't surprise me. I said probably AI, don't you dare. The weed I'm smoking today, the name is called Drip. What the fuck? Who thought that name up? It's meat. I haven't had any this week. What's in it? Good question. I don't know. If you're a vegetarian, you don't know, but if you don't eat meat for like a week, man, you're like ready to start chewing on your fingers. Bill Gates didn't want us to eat meat. Really? Yeah, he's a fucking freak. Says he's going to give all his money away. I just read it in the news there a while back ago. And then he's going to dismantle his foundation. Being a formerly gluttonous, inhaling everything in front of me fatty, I supplement my cravings and starvings and fill my belly and soul with Hippie's positive energies, jujus, and vibes. And other things. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Nobody's watching anyway, so it don't matter. There's two people here. Val. Thank God Val came, because damn. Being a formerly gluttonous inhaling. Good morning, Nikki. How's you? It's raining here. The fucking rhododendrons in the front yard look fucking amazing. I don't know where my phone is. It's got me a little freaked out. Hang on a sec. Sorry about that. I just realized my phone wasn't here. My dog loves to chew my phone. So I was shitting pants suddenly. Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning, Hippie. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
I had the weirdest morning.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
So I take my daughter to visits with her dad, and they're usually Monday and Tuesday, but this week he had to work Tuesday, so he rescheduled till today. And we agreed we were gonna do 8 o'clock in the morning. So I get to the meeting place and we sit there half an hour and nothing. So we tried calling him and it went straight to voicemail. We tried texting him, no response. So last year, when he couldn't reach us and we didn't show up to a meeting, he sent the sheriff to my house on a well check, which
Ouch.
ended up with CYFD coming into our lives again. It was a big. So
Wow.
my daughter, she's 11.
Hi, Val.
She says, how about we go to his house and show him what you're supposed to do when you're worried about a family member? And I thought that was so funny. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, well, you're not supposed to call the cops when you're worried about a family member. You go to their house and check on them.
Right?
It's not like I have a restraining order and he couldn't have come to my house. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So obviously he's pissed off and trying to make your life miserable. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So we showed up at his house and he wasn't there. He thought we were meeting at 9. So she calls his brother, her uncle, because he wasn't at his house. He wasn't, able to get him on the phone. He was supposed to meet us. She was worried. She calls his brother, and his brother starts telling me all kinds of crap about it. So it was funny. We finally got a hold of him and she went for her visit. But I told him, I was like, it's funny. Your daughter was like, hey, let's go show him what family does when they're worried. They don't send the cops, they come themselves.
Yeah, because, what if, I don't know, so you were doing something random and, you got in trouble. Like,
or more importantly,
weed.
How many fucking people get killed on wellness checks?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And how many people do cops shoot accidentally? Exactly. Like you don't send cops to somebody's house.
When I was with Breaking the Flaw, we were trying to do audits up in Hyannis, and some guy pulled a knife on him in a store in Hyannis. And he just evaded and stood his ground, and the guy finally chickened out and ran out the door. And then the manager comes running. He's begging Breaking the Flaw to call the police. He's like, fuck that. Calling the fucking cops. You kidding me? They'll probably come here in a panic, fucking, and shoot me. So, and I get that, man. Especially on a knife call,
I just thought it was hilarious that she was like, that her thought was, well, let's show him what you really do. Let's go to his house. Like when you care about somebody and you're worried, you go look for them. You don't send the police after them.
Would be interesting to do a public records request and hear that call and find out what he really said, because it'd be interesting.
Oh, no, he told them that we were scheduled for a visit. Yeah. The cop sat here and told me. He was like, well, he called and he said that you guys were scheduled for a visit and didn't show up. I said, yeah, she doesn't want to talk to him. She's mad at him. And the cop told her, And the sheriffs out here are really cool. I'm really lucky for that. The sheriff told her, he was like, well, you have a right to not talk to your dad if you don't want to. You don't have to answer his calls. So that made her feel
Such
good
a
because
such a waste of money too. I mean, granted, there could have been something wrong with you, but
well, and I live so far out that it wasn't just one sheriff. They had to send two because they can't come alone out here because it's, everybody's
yeah,
armed out
especially
here and it's the
anything
country.
domestic based, right?
Yes, yes. So,
So that
we
makes
ended up
it.
with,
They don't want to get shot. I think in Nevaeh said a couple cops got shot last night, and in Texas, a service dog was shot. So cops are all amped up, I'm sure, right now, because every time one of
well, I
their
mean,
own.
this was last year. This was last year, though, that he said
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But, she today was like, let's show him. She's like, he acts like a 17-year-old. We need to keep raising him, Mom. That's what she
Right.
told me about her dad. That's just
Right.
sad. And then so she called her uncle and he says, let me talk to your mom, sweetie. And he starts telling me about how unreliable his brother is and how his mom is dying and he's stuck there
Oh
at the
shit.
house 24/7 and none of the other brothers come. There's seven of them, seven boys, and he's the only
Jeez.
one taking care of mom with Alzheimer's. She's got really bad dementia.
Wow.
So he's having to change her and take care of her. And he says, nobody helps me. It's just me. And and her dad is never around. And I know he works, but they could come and let me have a night off and stay the night here with her so I could go out.
Willie and other things. Wait, no homo. Come on, bro.
But yeah, it was a weird 2 hours wasted.
Gotcha.
We got to his house and it was weird because his car wasn't there and the gate was open and the dog was locked in the house. And he usually, when he leaves, he closes the gate and puts the dog out because he lives in a bad neighborhood and he's got a pretty feisty pit bull.
Sounds like one of those true crime things.
That's
We
what she
arrive.
said. She literally said, I hope I don't see my dad on a true crime in the future. And he finally called us and he was like, my phone hasn't been working right. I'm at the meeting place. And I'm like, you were supposed to be there an hour ago. And he was like, no, we said 9. I was like, you better text. I do everything in writing, Hippie, because it becomes he said, she said. So if we agree to something on a phone call, I text him right after the phone call what we agreed to.
Right. It's as simple as just pressing the volume down and the power button and you get a screenshot.
Yeah, and so I told him, I was like, I sent you a text confirming it was 8 o'clock today. And he looks at his phone and he goes, I could have sworn it was 9. I was like, that's why I send you text messages, because the he said, she said doesn't work. And if we ever have to go to court again, I have everything in writing.
Yeah. Smartest way to do it.
Well, not only that, but it helps me because, like, if I forget what time we agreed to, I can just go back to the text message and be like, oh, that's what we agreed.
The problem is, though, when you show up in court with a documentation of things that have been going on, the judge is more apt to believe you than him standing there scratching his head going, well, Tuesday night, she didn't show up until it. So it's always good to document shit, in my opinion.
Well, and when I left her with him today, I sent him a text message right after I pulled away saying, since you were late, we agreed to 9 o'clock pickup tonight. Because then there's no argument,
Right. That sucks. You're
It's
somewhat
tough.
amicable, but not really. I mean,
well, I can't stand the guy, but he is her father and he tries really hard to be a good dad. And she's his only child. So I try very hard to accommodate their relationship. I change visits whenever we need to. I pick her up early if I have to. Like, I don't fight with him. I just don't fight with. I dated the man for 4 months and he wasn't sufficient.
wow.
Why would I try and change him now?
Right?
So
Gotcha.
I don't know how he gets the girlfriends he gets because I always get along really well with his girlfriends until he tells me one thing and them another, and then all of a sudden I'm the liar.
Yeah, men are real douchebags, aren't they, Willie?
I don't think it's men. I think it's narcissists. Like
Yeah, that's men. Most
my
of them are
daughter was telling me that
big
she was
portion.
looking up behaviors that her dad has, and it keeps bringing up narcissism. So I just think it's funny because even my 11-year-old recognizes his narcissistic traits.
What?
Women are fucked up too. Like my partner, his ex-wife tried really hard to turn his kids against them after they split up. People are just fucked up. Selfish people suck.
So
I wish parents would go
I
ahead.
just asked the AI what percentage of people are narcissists. Yeah, let's see what it says. It says, yeah, I guess I gotta move the mic. The prevalence of narcissistic personality disorder is estimated to be around 0.5% to 6.2% of the population. However, narcissistic traits exist on a spectrum, and many people may exhibit narcissistic behavior without having the full disorder.
Right.
Interestingly, about 75% of those diagnosed with NPD are men. Wait a minute. What? What's up, Upstate? I gotta read that again because that's crazy. Interestingly, about 75% of those diagnosed with NPD are men. Some researchers
Yeah.
believe narcissism is an increasing in society, but that often refers to narcissistic traits rather than their actual disorder.
Right. Like I said, she recognizes his narcissistic traits. Like he's
What?
never been diagnosed with narcissism, but he has the traits. And most
What?
narcissists go undiagnosed because here's the thing, a narcissist isn't going to go ask for help.
Right.
And the only
Yeah,
way you
yeah.
get diagnosed is if you go and ask for help.
Right.
But yeah, she was kind of mad at him when she got out of the car to get into his car. She was like, "It's not okay, Dad," because I was saying it's okay, no big deal, and she's like, "No, it's not okay."
So that's crazy. So there's like no such thing as women narcissists, or
Well,
it's
if
very
75% are
rare.
men, 25% are women. But
Right.
let's just be real. The majority of people who have this disorder will go undiagnosed their whole life because they will
Right.
never set foot in an
Into
office
a
thinking that they
therapist.
need help.
Yeah, because they're too
Most of the
good
ones
for
that
help.
get diagnosed, it's because they're trying to prove to somebody else that there's nothing wrong with them. Oh, fine, I'll go to the therapist, but they're going to tell you there's nothing wrong with me. You know?
Sounds like you've heard that before.
Yeah, yes.
What's up,
I have a
Upstate?
thing for
How are you?
manly men. I have a
Yeah.
thing for manly men, and so a lot of the men in my life have carried narcissistic traits.
Go home, Upstate.
But yeah, I just wish parents in general, both mothers and fathers, I wish parents in general would actually put their kids first. Like they claim to put their kids first, but they don't. They put their own feelings first. Like if I were putting my feelings first, she would have never known her dad because we had already broken up when I found out I was pregnant with her. And I never had to tell him I was pregnant. But I know what it was like growing up never knowing my biological father, and I wasn't going to do that to my child.
Right? Yeah, I grew up without my biological. I had
I had a really great
stepdad,
stepdad. I had a really great
boyfriend.
stepdad. So, and from what I understand, he was a way better man than my father anyway. So, there's that. But there's
Right?
still always that itch at the back of your head of not knowing what if he was a horrible husband to my mother, but he would have been a great father to me.
Right. Well, that's how I feel. Like I knew my mother, and I wouldn't want to be married to it, you know. But
Well, no, I'm the same way about my mom. I'm like, I wouldn't blame any man for leaving my mom, you know?
yeah, I love her, but she was, she was a piece of
Rest her
work.
soul, my mother did the best she could with what she
Yep.
had, but she didn't have much to do with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom had mental issues,
Yeah,
and
my mom too.
unfortunately, once you had back then, when you had a mental issue, they sucked you right in, and you went to a therapist, and he told you couldn't work, and you need to come here more, and diagnosed you with things so you couldn't work, and next thing you know, you're a fucking zombie. Hang on a second.
What's going on in the chat while he's on the phone? Let's see. Hey, Upstate. Hey, Devo. You guys still in here? Let's see if I can see who's in the tube of you. Like there's three of you out there. So Willie, Upstate, and Devo, maybe? Because it looks like Val said, see you later. Oh, Devo's still here. Cool. So, one of the
I'm
lucky
back.
things,
What's the weather like down there? It's fucking
it's sunny
raining.
today. It got
Is it?
cloudy
Damn
yesterday,
it.
but it didn't rain.
It was
Up by
supposed
my
to rain all
hometown,
night. It didn't really
in,
rain.
in my hometown in the north part of the state, they got like 2 inches of hail yesterday. And the other day when we were coming back from the mountain in Pecos, we were passing by Santa Fe, and there was a funnel cloud trying to come down out of the sky into Santa Fe. That's up in the mountains.
Wow.
We shouldn't have fucking funnel clouds up here.
Yeah, it's the weather's changing for sure. I mean, I told you it hasn't snowed out here in 3 years. When I was a kid, man, fucking used to snow all the time. Not anymore.
Yeah, the weather
We
patterns are changing for sure.
Yeah, I don't like it because I feel like the bug invasion this year is going to be horrifying because mild winters, a lot of rain. So nobody really died off over the winter from real cold weather like we would normally have. So,
So, this virus both of us have been struggling with pretty much all
sure.
year.
Yep.
My oldest daughter doesn't live with us. And last week she had one of my younger daughters over for an overnight visit. She got sick as fuck this week. She had fever. She had to miss work.
Yeah,
And it
I was
felt
talking.
so bad
Caucasian
because,
Sasquatch was having the same issue. Even I talked to AFA the other day, and they had been sickly a little bit. So I'm like, holy shit.
well, I feel guilty because my daughter was feeling fine when I let her stay the night, but I'm worried that this virus that's been forever in my house now carried over to my older daughter's place. Like I feel bad because
Yeah,
it's hard to get rid of. It
that's
just
it.
keeps
It's
coming
like
back.
weird. It's like that's how I felt. I would feel better for a day or two or three, and then bam, I start getting that like fucking pain in my throat, sore throat. Then all of a sudden the nasal starts, and then I get the cough. It's like a little tickle in my throat. And then I'm
Yeah.
coughing like mad. My whole fucking head is full of shit and pounding. I can't hear because one ear was full of shit.
And the fever
Oh,
comes back. That's the weirdest thing. Like I've had viruses in the past where it takes a couple months to get over them, but you only have the fever that first time. With this one, every time it comes back, we get the fever again.
yeah, I don't remember us having a fever. That's why I thought viral is not fever and bacterial is fever, right?
No,
The other way around. I
no.
don't think we
Either
had a
either one
fever.
either one can cause a fever. It just depends on how your body reacts to it. The fever is your body react.
I mean, I feel like a couple times I would be like sweating my balls off, and then next thing you know, I'm freezing because everything's wet. So possibly that was a fever, and I just didn't
So you
check.
probably had
You
a
know what I
fever,
mean?
but as adults, we don't really check our temperature the way we
Yeah,
do our
it's
kids.
true. Yep.
Like we're more
So yeah, I
worried about our
probably.
kids than we are ourselves when we get sick.
But Ariana was my granddaughter was so sick. We were in the hospital twice.
So she had fever.
Yeah.
So you probably did too. You just didn't record it. But yeah, it's a bad one, and it's like everywhere. Like I was talking to a buddy in Canada, and
Bro, he looked as Caucasian now.
they are going through the same thing in her family where they start to feeling better and it just comes back, and they like me have been going through it since like December, and they're in Canada, so this virus, whatever it is that's kicking all our asses, is everywhere.
Right?
They did say, like, I think it was like November last year, they announced there was a new virus detected in China, and
China.
that they
I
were,
read that. I read it on
and
the stream here.
I just think that after what happened with the debacle of the
Yeah, yeah.
19 crap
Yep.
in 2020, I think they're just not announcing it this time.
Hangover sucks. Drink some sugary something and coffee with lots of sugar.
When I used to
Replenish
get
that.
hangovers, V8 spicy hot, the vitamin
What?
C, the heat,
I
that
would
shit would
puke.
totally
Oh,
make me feel better.
maybe he likes that though. Some people like spicy. I cannot stand spicy any. I'm like Wendy's chili is too hot for me. I'm
Oh my
drinking
God.
coffee now. Good for you, my friend.
Eat is the number one thing. I think that's why V8 worked for me, because it's all those vegetables.
I you guys had that sickness we're talking about, right? You still sick or
I think he's talking to you, Caucasian.
I usually have fruits handy. Yeah, Caucasian, you still been sick or you good? Everybody cleared out of it. Watermelon is bestest.
I don't know. I haven't had a hangover in a lot of years because I haven't drank. So, the one sure way to not have a hangover is just don't drink. So, what you got going
Yeah.
on today, hippie?
I don't know. The wife's coming home. So it's her birthday today. So I'm gonna get off and hopefully I don't know. Maybe we'll bang the shit out of her and take a nap. Wow, that would be fun.
Wait, it's her birthday and you haven't planned anything?
No,
I guess after
'cause
30 years, she's used to
I
that.
thought she was I thought she was working today all day. So she changed
Well,
her days off from Wednesdays to Thursdays. So I just wasn't really paying attention. I mean, we don't usually celebrate that shit anyway, you know?
well, like I said, after 30 years, she's probably used to it.
Yeah. I don't buy her shit. She don't buy me shit. Christmas we buy ourselves shit that we might need, like, she needs clothes, certain something. If I need something, we buy stuff we need for each other's, you know what I mean?
That's how we are. Like we
There's
always
no like
ask each other, what do you need for this holiday coming up? Because wants, who can afford wants? It's all about just, getting those needs that you've been missing for a few months because it's your special day.
right? Yeah, and it's crappy weather. Tomorrow is my wife's. Get out. That's odd. My mother's birthday was yesterday. So yesterday
Silver
was
Diamond's birthday is today.
really
Yep,
the same day as wow, my wife.
same as your wife.
I
Today's
talked
her
to Silver
birthday.
yesterday. She came by the channel when I was streaming. I was
She's
talking
good
about
people.
Noel, and she was saying, "Oh yeah." she's banned from my channel. And the AJOT was like, yeah, only pussy I ever banned. Seriously, she's having a game day. It's what she wants. Nice. That's what I told the wife on the. I told the wife on the phone right now. I got one rolled. We'll do whatever you want. We can take a nap. We can do some shit. We can whatever you want to do. And she's like, "Well, that sounds great." So we'll see. I have no idea what she wants to do. I'm wicked easy. I just if it makes her happy, you know.
That's how spouses it should be. Is it's just like with children. Parents are supposed to put their kids first. Well, when you get married, you're supposed to, like you said, be wicked
Yeah,
easy with
Dennison
your
calls it
spouse.
kissing ass or whatever. No, I call it making each other's happy. She
I don't want to
does
talk
whatever
any
she
shit
can.
about Den. I don't want to talk any shit about Den, but I do have to say, remember, he lives alone.
Yeah,
He can
yeah.
call it kissing ass all he wants, but he doesn't have an ass to kiss.
It was funny because I said something yesterday. I'm like, yeah, she was pissed off about that. I forget even what it was. She said that it was you. No, he said it was you on the phone call.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
come on. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, and she was pretty pissed about that. By
Well,
the way,
because
he
we may
giggled.
have had a falling out, and he tells everybody we're not friends. I didn't see it that way until he
I
said it. I don't
right.
go around talking shit about him. He doesn't need to, and that's talking shit to say that that woman was sounded like me. When number one, I don't talk like that. I'm not psychotic. I don't do a lot of
I
drugs.
don't
I don't
even know.
drink.
I don't even know how a woman can make the noises that she was making. I mean,
But I mean, it was just,
the demon noises she was making
yeah,
were wow.
creepy as fuck. Well, but
Definitely wow.
for him to say that it was just to try and be an asshole. That's
Not
my
too
opinion.
long, buddy. She's gonna be home in a few minutes. So I'll be live tonight. I've been burning the midnight candle because I've been feeling much better. Lost some weight.
The one thing
So
I know about advice is I don't take advice on parenting from people who don't have kids, and I don't take relationship advice from people who can't hold a relationship.
right. Well, my opinion would be I would never give parental advice. That's your kid. You do whatever, unless you were like, if it was something extreme, of course, you know me, I'm going to walk right up and
Oh,
be like, excuse me, is everything
those are
okay?
those are
You know
also
what I
both the
mean?
advices you don't give unless somebody asks you. Like I've given
Yeah.
parenting advice, but it's
Pisses
typically
people
to,
off right away. Like, I'm the fucking
yeah,
parent. So
exactly. Yeah,
I
the only
get it.
time I offer parenting advice is if somebody asks me directly, "Hey,
Right.
you've raised more kids than me. How did you handle this situation?" And I'll tell them how I handled it, but I won't tell them it's the right way. I'll be like, "Dude, ask my kids; they'll tell you I fucked up a bunch too. So don't take my word
Right.
for it."
Right. Right. Right.
Like I have adult kids who make me very well aware how much I messed up in their childhood.
I'm so freaked out that 75% of those diagnosed with NPD are men.
Yeah,
That's
but look
quite
at
a
how few are
talking point.
diagnosed too. They're
I
saying it's like
know.
point zero something percent, so less than
Yeah,
1%.
0.05. Yeah, less than 1%.
So there's more than that. It's just because they don't go for help. They're convinced they don't
Right.
need
So
any help. But
really, when you think about it, mainly the only ones that would be diagnosed would be the ones that asked for help, or maybe the ones that were in some kind of mental facility where they were diagnosed while they were in there.
yeah, I think typically what you see, and this is why men get diagnosed more, is some woman he was with in a relationship said, "Hey, you need to go see somebody." And they went to prove them wrong, not because they thought there was anything wrong with themselves, but to prove their partner wrong.
Right.
I think there's a lot more
Uh,
narcissistic women than the studies would show. But I don't think men are
yeah,
less likely to tell their partner to go get help. They're more likely to leave. Women are more likely to say, "Hey, baby, go get some help."
right.
So that's why there's more men diagnosed. That's just an opinion. I'm not a scientist or a shrink or anything else.
Everything looks so pretty. I got a bunch of rhododendrons that are in full bloom with all this fucking rain. So beautiful out.
My lilacs are just dying out, and my irises bloomed this week. They're so
Iris.
beautiful.
Yeah, I got purple ones, large and small. They're fucking amazing. They look like aliens, those weird white splotches with here comes the general. The dogs have alerted me that she's home.
Well, then you
All
better
right.
get off of here and go
Now
do
she
what she
knows.
wants.
She knows. Yeah, I'm getting off. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for
Love you, hippie.
chatting.
Have a good day.
You too.
Give
Peace
Mrs.
and
Hippie my
blessings.
love and tell her feliz cumpleaños from me.
Yeah, like I could remember how to say that.
Well, happy
Happy
birthday. Just
birthday. Yeah, I will.
give her my
All
love.
right. Peace. Bye. Just remember, you are worth it. Bye.